Right. We're here with Open Hearth for Vaesen, depends how you want to pronounce it. Set in Bavaria, 1836. Everyone's just died. No, I'm joking. I believe there was like a trip to the monastery and a trip to the museum, and you're all meeting up for lunch at a beer house because Bavaria. And now, Callum isn't here with Wilhelm von Schönbrunn, and more importantly, Napoleon, his faithful doggy. So I'm going to say he's gone off to do hunting exercises to sort of his doggy can teach the other doggies how to hunt and investigate. Because they all know the legend of Napoleon, fearless hunter of things. Okay. So long. Okay. Has everyone got the link to the dice? It's not a dice tray. Dice roller page app.
Mm-hmm. What was it that was found at the monastery?
At the monastery, a second journal entry, sort of confirming the events of the first one. Serpent thing comes over the wall, chomps on a few people, avoids a garden, buggers off.
Okay. Any extra information?
It fitted with this comet comes every certain amount of time.
Yeah. So corroboration rather than
new stuff. Yep.
It didn't say and we killed the beast with this example.
Yeah, no.
Well, I would check before, could have been crucial information.
Yep. Now, speaking of which, there's some of the rules are like the one flaw in this game is there's some of the skills are a bit sort of overlappy, and I had some chats with a lot of people who've run a lot of Vaesen. So what I'm doing is learning, manipulation, observation, and vigilance are all for gathering skills, but investigation is for how the skills relate to each other, like your murder board, your brainstorming of how things are relevant. So when you're sitting around at a beer house, for example, you can discuss all the clues, and then one or more of you can roll investigation and see if you can join the dots.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. You can sit there getting shit-faced if you want.
Why not both?
Yeah. Because we all think better when we're shit-faced.
State-dependent learning, yeah.
All of this makes my head hurt. I'm sure it'll make more sense with a few beers in us.
Indeed. Investigate drunk, theorize. No, investigate sober, theorize drunk. I don't know, one of those.
Yeah, so it's what is it? It is so it's winter. It's a cool day, but not too cold. You had a beer house in Ingolstadt. Was it Ingolstadt? Yeah, it was. Yeah. So this morning you went to the museum in the monastery. You're now having your lunch. And so where's my list? So we've got Carl, Engels, and Alfred.
Yes.
Okay, so you order your food, have your big beer while you're waiting for your food to rock up. It doesn't take too long. Dear. Does anyone share any thoughts or theories about anything so far, or?
The comet will return soon, and we can't stop that. So what can we stop? What can we do here?
The beast is associated with the comet. The beast is already here, it seems, if it's the same thing that's attacking people in the woods now.
Yeah.
Does the comet come after the beast or the other way around?
We did find that the artifact, I forgot what exactly we found, but we discovered that this in a legend, the Celtic artifacts were found in a cave nearby. That might be where the beast is lying in wait.
Hmm. It does not seem open to reason, though.
A lot of what you guys look into isn't not necessarily rational, but yeah.
Yeah. So, what can we find out about this creature?
All right, so you can roll investigation as sort of discussing everything you've found so far, see how the clues relate to each other.
Yeah, I think the idea of where it is a good theory, and I think that I just don't know what we would do when we arrive there. Like other than like get slaughtered.
Strongly worded letter.
Yeah. If we were to use kind of like meta knowledge of how Vaesen works, is that in Vaesen we have to first figure out what kind of creature we're dealing with, and then we have to find out the quadrature to get rid of it. Now, I'm not sure if our group, like if we're experienced enough to like know all of that beforehand or not.
Yeah, well, you can roll investigation, and that'll depending on how you roll, I can give you some hints in either direction.
Yeah, we are members of that society, aren't we, as well? So we are aware of. We're not Call of Cthulhu investigators who are like, "What the fuck?"
No, there are other houses of the
job,
society too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 2 in investigation, 3 in logic.
Yeah, and I've got 1 in education. I think. What learning?
Yeah.
So maybe
when you're sort of piecing stuff together, it's an investigation roll. So in that case, when you're in a library, then you do learning.
Yeah,
you guys already did the other day.
Tell me again what I'm rolling for this.
Rolling
number of dice equal to the skill plus the attribute.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's 2.
My takeaways here, so I'll be back.
No worries.
It's gonna be 5 dice.
Yep.
And there's a 6.
Oh, there you go. I mean, you can rule out a lot of things. Like, there's no mention of fire breathing or melting the area around it, so it's not like a basilisk or a dragon. It's some other sort of serpent creature, obviously local, because as Alfred pointed out, it's tied to stuff that was found in the caves from over like 1,000 years ago. So it's not something traveling from far away or across the countryside with the migration or something. It's here locally and just seems to rock up every now and then, either before or after the comet or around the same time. Not a dragon, which is a big plus.
Some sort of serpent.
Yeah.
Worm.
If you think about the drawings of it, it's not like the length of a town. It's, it's obviously bigger than a person, but it's not typical dragon drawings are hugely long.
Yeah. And if it's the same beast, that means it's quite old. If it's the same
either visits from time to time or hibernates and wakes back up when there's a comet or something. That would fit some of these things.
Let's see.
Does Alfred want to have a roll of investigation? Oh, he hasn't got any. Oh, you can still do a logic roll.
Yeah, I can still do a logic, but I think I'm going to go for this from a different angle. We've kind of like deduced that, it's not a dragon, it's not a basilisk, but it is a serpent-like creature local to the area. And we are new to this town. We've never been here before, at least after the...
Well, you may have been through once or twice, but you're not that local.
Yeah, we're not local. So I think what Alfred's going to do is Alfred's going to take this opportunity to go to some of the locals that are also here eating their lunch and just strike up a conversation, and try and gather information from them about, hey, you've been here, were born and raised here. Did you ever hear any local folk tale about some kind of serpent? What do you like?
And if there's someone old enough, they may know firsthand.
I would say this is manipulation because you're kind of asking questions rather than.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like the definition of manipulation per se, but I am trying to get information out of people.
You could argue manipulation or observation, depending on whether you're how much you're kind of leading the conversation or just being a friendly, curious tourist sort of thing.
I guess both could work. Is I can see after both trying to lead the conversation to the folktale, any folktale about serpents, but then like once they maybe the individuals get going with the conversation, with the recalling, after probably just like stop talking and just listen.
Because you're not aggressive about it. You're just trying to say, "Hey, have you heard anything?"
Just like just bring as a tourist. Like, I've been to the museum exhibit and I saw like some interesting depictions of like some serpent. Like, is it a local legend around here? Can you tell me something about it?
All right. So you can roll observation plus empathy if you like. You can like 6 dice.
Yeah, it was 6. Okay, let us see. That's 3 successes.
There we go.
All right. There's been legends in this area for, like, some of the soldiers at a nearby table sort of make the joke, oh yeah, there's always serpents here. They get you. That's what happened to those people that went missing last year. There's like, shut up, you're drinking too much. It's too early in the day. But there's an old guy who'll kind of shuffle over and he'll talk to you. His name's Carl, and he'll say, my grandma always told me that there's a creature that's kind of like a serpent, kind of like a cat that hangs around. It's called a Tutzelworm, and it's just a Bavarian thing. It's not, doesn't go to France or England or anything.
And do you perchance to know what this creature is called? Any of its characteristics?
It comes and goes. It'll. With that many successes, they can say it. It goes for hearts and like organs. It tears people apart, and to get to the internal organs.
Is this the creature that we're looking for?
Yeah, they talked to an old guy at the beer house, and he said, my grandma told me about this old legend of it's a Bavarian myth.
Okay. Name? Sorry?
Tutzelworm. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Cheers, thank you.
And is there
and they ruled out, before when they were chatting, they ruled out, it's not a basilisk or a dragon because it's not huge. It doesn't melt the air around. It doesn't breathe fire. There's none of that in any of the clues. While it's bigger than a person, it's not that. So have narrowed down a fair bit. You got a question, Alfred?
Yeah, I'm just like debating whether or not I should ask for more information or if I should leave for now because we got the name of the creature. So I'm not sure if I should push my luck, so to say, in getting any like creatures from the same door as the creature name.
It's up to you. Yeah, they're just sitting there having their food. Your food arrives.
Yeah, in that case, I think after this, I'm going to then ask, like, that sounds like a mighty terrifying creature. How do you people stay safe from it? Like, what do you do?
Well, you can, you're looking, you're discussing the clues you found with like the cauldron and then like the 2 journal entries, but because someone was a priest. I'm pretty sure it was Mingles. Yes. Yeah. So when you saw the journal entries, there was actual pictures of them, of the thing. And it's like, they're avoiding the garden, and there's like row of potatoes, row of carrots, really big row of spinach, row of carrots, row of potatoes, really big row of spinach. Like the spinach are like 3 times the size of the others.
Mm.
So maybe that combination, or just the size of the spinach, is what
Just hates
the
spinach.
thing didn't like.
It's just a child.
It's a toddler, you reckon? It just doesn't.
It's just a child going around with a knife.
I don't want put. Oh man.
Maybe we should get ourselves some spinach and go out to the caves, see what happens.
There's a Popeye joke to be made there, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Dear.
I think I'll probably like leave it at that for now. After he's just going to thank the kind gentleman, and he's probably going to just probably like pay for the man's like next ale, just as a sign of thanks.
All right. Yeah, they're happy to chat with you. It's fairly happy sort of atmosphere at the beer house, despite the cool weather. The food is good. There's lots of hot food because it's winter. That people want to get warmed up. So there's strudel and pies and schnitzel, all that sort of stuff, all the good stuff. And yeah, you have your food. After a while, people start to head off because they've got to get back to work or patrol or whatever they're doing. Okay, so yeah, now it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, something I was going to do. Mona, the bride-to-be, comes over to talk to Father Ingalls, and she's like, she was wondering if you were able to do the funeral this afternoon for Frederick.
This afternoon. Well,
you've done them before, but
yeah, I'm just thinking schedule-wise. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we can do it. No problem.
It's just, they've got a different father to do the wedding, and they'd kind of rather a different father do each, so people separate the two events. You've been a junior priest before, you know how that shit
know how
goes.
it works.
But it's like in 3 o'clock, so 2 hours time.
Yeah. What do y'all think about doing a quick trot out to the caves if we can make that in time?
I would be worried of missing the funeral.
I mean, it's not going to happen without me, so.
And I think Carl's going to look pained because this is his cousin, after all. I mean, in 2 hours, could we even make it there and back?
You'd be pushing it, particularly in this sort of weather. But you could just go immediately after the funeral.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Yeah, I think Carl would feel sufficiently obliged to his cousin to not just stick around.
There. Yeah, let's do the funeral, then go out to the woods.
Yeah. In Catholic fashion, for those who've never been, you do a 4-hour regular sermon and then you do the funeral. And say, oh God. So if you're not Catholic, it's annoying. All right. Okay. So you can, that's fine. You can trot back to the manor estate. And
I think another way there, like after they'll probably just see if he could like buy like any of like the local produce, in particular any like spinach, potatoes, or carrots, just keep it on himself, just in case.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a market going because it was like a Friday. People were brought some stuff into town. Yeah, that's easy enough to grab some spinach.
See if there's any at the buffet table.
Probably not, but it's easy enough to get from the market, which is like just over there. But that's fine. But you're warm, got a full belly. You head back to the manor. Thinking about the clues, sort of, you all just discussed you remember when you looked at the corpse, one of the reasons Carl may have had trouble speaking, with the spirits and that is because the heart was missing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't sort of ripped open from the rib cage. It was kind of rip open the guts and then brought down from under that.
Did we say that there was some sign of like it being poisoned or?
There was poison marks on some of the wounds, yes,
Right.
but it was a like paralytic numbing, slow them down.
On the way back, can I go to a butcher's and pick up a couple of like pig's heart? Not
A couple of what? A couple of what?
Pig's hearts. You know,
Okay.
Animals.
Yeah. We don't often get asked that, but yeah, we got some. Hang on.
I mean, I would think in this time in Bavaria, everything is being
organ meat probably.
Yeah, fair. All right. Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be, like you've got pockets full of potatoes and carrots and spinach and some big hearts in, I don't know, in what, I guess, wrapping paper, some sort of linen or something. I have no idea what you transport before plastic came about. But yeah.
All right, so they're like, you sure you don't want it in like a bloodverse, sausage or something? No, you.
Just for a lovely pie, just like my mother used to make.
Oh, okay. You're going to take it. Okay. No worries. No problems. No problems.
I'm not going to bite into it like an apple.
he laughs. Of course not. Of course not. All right. There you go. Have a good day and good luck with the pie. And yeah. All right.
This might, as we're getting ready for the funeral, this might sound mad, but of course it will sound mad, but if the creature desires hearts, and if it was so desirous of hearts that it would eat the hearts that I purchased from the butcher, and if it is some way deterred by spinach,
stuff the heart with spinach.
Of course, I've heard the Italians do such things.
Yeah. Although, would that prevent it from getting at the hearts, or?
I do not know. I am just theorizing, perhaps, of
one with, one without.
How the spinach appears to be used to protect,
right?
Area, if anything. Perhaps
another option is put the hearts down to sort of lead a trail somewhere, and then trap it in with spinach or something.
Yeah. But at the very least, we can protect dear Mona and this house. We'll be buying a spinach around the house.
Just skipping around the house, just dropping spinach everywhere.
Lunat already had that I'll do my best to cautiously conceal bits of spinach and other produce around the dimension.
Wonderful, Alfred. I knew I could rely on you. I am looking forward to the camera following, little bits of spinach all over the place. Okay.
You don't actually have any stealth skills, so how are you going to do that? Are you pretending to water the garden or something? Or
yeah, like I imagine just after going about and just like placing produce like in like spots that no one would really like look too hard at, or like not necessarily spots where they will never be found, but places where no one really looks that far unless they're doing like a deep clean. So they should be safe, hopefully until like this is all over.
Yeah.
So imagine just like bits of spinach like in like plant pots, a potato taped to the back of a painting.
Yeah, well, there's other similar foliage or whatever to hide it in. Yep. Okay. All right. So the time of the funeral rocks up. You've done them before.
Yeah.
Fine.
Book.
Do you want to roll inspiration? See how you do.
Yeah. It's 2 plus what? 4, 6 more days.
Yep. Yeah.
5, 6. Yeah, not terrible, but not great.
No, you didn't. You didn't sort of win everybody over to make people think, oh yeah, you should do the wedding as well, but you know, you didn't
preoccupied with.
You didn't completely fuck it up either. So you've done it before, and you know,
we gotta get the.
In a way, they don't really want to remember. So that's okay. You know, people thank you, and all right. So it's now like 4:30. You probably got about an hour of sunlight.
Yeah,
Should be fine, right?
let's do it.
About 40 minutes to the cave.
20 minutes to spare, no problem.
From what we've heard, the creature attacks at night, so being here at evening hour should at least let us potentially see the creature.
Mm-hmm.
At least to confirm it.
All right, so it's just the three of you heading out.
How much? Because it occurs to me we could use, if it is barred by the produce and it's in a cave, perhaps we could pin it inside the.
Yeah, I like that idea.
If it works like salt in a circle, you know.
Right.
You know what? We raid the kitchens after the funeral.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'd probably actually have a garden at the chateau anyway, and you can just reap some out of there. Right.
It is winter as well, though, so.
Finishes a cold weather crop.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
If you just leave them, they just keep growing. We've had some like 5 foot tall. It's just like, oh god, cut it back again. All right.
Yeah,
So
we're
far, you've got
kale, lettuce.
You've got ample amounts of spinach. Okay, go. So, I don't think you guys actually went to the caves last time. You just heard about roughly where they were. Okay. Yeah. So, I guess it would be vigilance. Yeah, so vigilance plus logic. If anyone wants to sort of this way, you know, guide the others.
I have no vigilance.
I can try. I have 5 in total for the vigilance.
Laughing. Let's
see. 1 success.
6 and 3 5. So yeah. So you're like, yeah. Down here. The weather's not too bad. It's cold, but let me get down there. There's no roll to like see if it's in or home or anything. Just aside. So it's like, okay. Okay, I'm going to say you're about 20 minutes, so halfway to the caves. And you come across a farmer that's sort of running through the scrub towards in the direction of the chateau.
Away from the cave.
Yeah.
Did you say he was running?
Yes. He looked pale and sort of a bit not running, more like jogging, and is sort of in shock. You know, just by looking at him.
Carl will step out in front of him if possible and say, my friend, what is the matter?
He's like, two of my cattle just gutted in the field. Just I've never seen nothing like it. It's not wolves or something. It's like something
like
just
a giant
sliced.
Cat.
I didn't see what did it, but they've just like someone's torn them open and then just left them there. They didn't even try and drag them off.
Were their hearts taken?
I don't know. It could have been. There's a big enough wound right across the torso.
Fresh?
in the last hour. It's. I just saw it and thought, oh, I need help in case there's like a bear or something out there.
You'd best keep running then.
It's comforting.
Stay in your home, my friend. There is danger afoot tonight.
Where did this happen?
Oh, it's my farm's just like a kilometer over that way.
A good sir, you should head back home, get yourself someplace dry and warm. Do not worry, the three of us are more than capable of dealing with whichever animal has done this.
All right. So you're going to head to the farm or keep going to the caves?
I don't see much to gain from going to the farm.
Yeah, that's already been there and gone.
If it's there, when we go to the cave, then we get to see the cave. If it's at the farm, then I feel like I prefer knowing it's in a cave rather than outside among us.
It's fair. All right. Keep going to the cave.
If it is fed, then perhaps it may be sleepy, yeah?
No. Take a post-dinner nap.
Okay, excellent. So the entrance to the cave just before the sun goes down looks a bit like that. Okay. And yeah, are you just going to waltz on in, or are you going to like listen or just
smell,
start sprinkling spinach everywhere just in case?
Yeah, spinach plant's not probably a bad idea.
Yeah, why not, right? Because like, if it works, then if we make a circle and then we go in, then when we run out, chip in
It
might be helpful.
Exactly.
Okay.
Should we? Yeah. So let's try and I try and remember the order of like the pattern of potatoes, carrots, spinach, and that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do around the front. Does anyone have a gun or anything?
That sounds right.
Alfred does have a revolver.
Good.
It's easy enough for you to remember. You don't need to roll for that. That's fine.
Oh, I know. The priest has a musical instrument, writing utensils, and a Bible.
Yep.
I have a crystal ball, a tinderbox, and a dagger. So I'm glad that someone's got a gun, even if it's useless. It's reassuring.
Well, Alfred's got like 5 in physique, so he's like the tastiest morsel. He'll definitely get it's going to go eaten first.
Do not worry, Herr Director and Vater Geestelijk. If this tatsenworm comes along, I'll hold it back.
Nonsense, Alfred. You'll run with the rest of us. It seems that no one's holding that back.
All right. So you go into the cave. The tunnel twists back and forth a bit. Do you have any light sources? Because it's kind of dark in there.
Alfred does have a hoodie lamp.
There we go.
That's right. Totally good.
And the light of the Lord. That's about it.
Always helps. Okay. So, you can see this long snake-like creature. It's, I don't know, probably about 8 to 10 meters long. Very serpent-like. But its head's sort of facing the other way. It appears to be doing something. There's like bits of stuff scattered everywhere. Lots like coins and just garbage and bits of animal bones and pieces. And it seems to be, it's like it's mashing something on the ground in front of itself.
Hmm.
I'm going to approach closer or try and get more of a look, or just stay where you are. Or...
Who would be any good at
Stealth.
Stealth is a
Yeah,
statistic.
this would be stealth if you don't want to get noticed.
I have 2 in stealth.
Have a go.
I am the stealthiest person here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, holy crap. You got 7 dice.
Yeah.
Should be no problems whatsoever.
I look to the others and I go, shh, you know, and I'm going to hold up my hand to say, you know, wait, like don't move. And I'm going to try and sneak around to get a better look at what this creature is doing.
Alfred noisily puts on his full plate armor and yeah. All right.
So I have 7 die, was it?
Yep.
And it's D6s, right?
Yeah.
There's a 6.
There we go.
There's no cancellation or nothing, so don't worry about the 2-1. But yeah, you just need to. Yep. So you'll circle around a bit, and you can see it appears to be mashing. It's got some sort of heart or organ, and it's kind of mashing it into a paste and smearing it on its face. But you notice his face is kind of furry, more like a cat, but the neck down, it looks like a reptile, and then just 2 little foreclaws out the front. Forelimbs, I should say.
So it's mashing something into a paste and applying it to it.
Yeah, whether it be some sort of animal organ, looks like, smells like blood. You can smell from here. Yes, little baby T-Rex arms. That's right.
Yeah. Do we feel like this is just a beast, or do we feel like it can be talked to? Do you think?
One way to find out.
I suppose.
Maybe it believes in the dirt.
Yeah, I guess I sneak back after I see this, so I'm not just.
Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like a very reasonable creature.
Should we test our spinach theory by making some noise and seeing if it will come out or stay in?
The spinach does nothing. Run.
We can certainly try that.
Personally, I operate on the basis of faith, but we might want to test it anyway.
I think maybe before we do anything else, I think Arthur's going to maybe just take a moment to kind of look around the cave and just see if he can spot anything that stands out. Because as you mentioned, there's a lot of coins and bones and other garbage.
Okay.
But if there's anything that stands out in particular, anything that kind of...
Yep, that would be vigilance plus logic in this case. So yep, you just sort of stopping, having a good look around. Thing hasn't noticed you yet. It seems busy putting this paste on its face.
Yeah, okay, that's 5 dice. Let us see. 1 success.
Okay. There's at least 3 types of animals that have been killed in here. Yeah, and they haven't been delicately killed. They've been ripped apart. You can see some stuff like armor from the Crusades. So 300 to 500 years ago. Probably worth a bit if you can get it out of here. But there's some older bronze stuff as well.
This belongs in a museum.
But there's no books or signs of writing or numbers or anything. You are not seeing something with an intellect it just seems bestial at this point.
Do we think we can grab a small, like indicative sample of something old that would not be found somewhere else, but not like something huge, something we can lift and just take to show someone else that.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff scattered everywhere, but you'd still need to do like a stealth roll equivalent because otherwise it's going to go, what the hell?
How close is the stuff to the mouth of the cave?
Probably about 10 meters. It's just the entrance is kind of goes back and forth. It's not straight.
How deep is the beast in there?
The cave, the actual cave itself is probably about 20 meters across.
So I'd have to go about halfway.
You would have to run full tilt. Yeah, you couldn't just stroll out. It would be on you pretty quickly. But you're young and fit, and
yeah. I think I would like to go grab something, and I'm not going to be stealthy about it.
Oh, okay. You have faith in the Lord.
I do.
But you're just going to run, basically.
Yeah.
This will come under agility, which you don't have, so it's just physique.
All right.
Despite being an adult, you are, in good shape.
Yeah, that's 4 dice. There's a 6.
Okay, so it's noticed you. You've got it. It's noticed you. It's after you, but you're running out.
Right. And leaping over the spinach. And I want to see if it follows me out.
All right. But Alfred and Carl, you would have seen him go to do that. Were you doing anything while he was doing that?
I would have let them know what I'm doing. Like, this is not a surprise.
I imagine having like moved to go away from the cave, so we could talk and work it out. And getting like a few, like going away and then turning around to see Engels and Engels being like,
I'll be right back. Don't move.
Well, maybe like pursuing us away and then like bracing himself to run in, and then I'm like, oh shit.
You getting anything ready, or are you just watching the cave entrance? Or
I'm personally running a little distance away from the cave entrance to be in a good position to fucking absolutely peg it if something comes out of there. Yeah.
Yep. Alfred?
Yeah, I think Alfred's also out of the cave, but I think Alfred's going to be a bit near the cave entrance just in case if Engels needs like any help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can be a distraction or something, or
Yeah, pistol in one, revolver in one hand, right? Like
lamp in one hand, pistol in another. A bit of a carrot poking out of one pocket.
Yep. You were all wrong. It was a potato. No. Okay, yeah, this thing's after you. It kind of runs along the walls and sort of leaps like a cat. Well, if you've ever seen a snake go from tree to tree, it's like that. It's kind of propelling itself, and it's got little T-Rex arms. I've got to do, I should say you've got to do a fear roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
For some reason, really it should have done that when you saw it mashing this stuff on its face, but we'll do one now while it's after you because it seems appropriate.
Yeah.
So you choose either empathy or logic, whether you think, you're in I've logically worked out that this thing's about to fucking kill us, or it's emotional that you just never seen nothing like this and freaking out.
Yeah, definitely empathy.
So pick one and roll.
Ooh, all right. 4 dice again. 1, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
And do we all do the fear test?
Yes, you all do it.
Okay.
Because there's no doubt in your mind it's after you now.
I think I have to probably approach this from the point of empathy, just the whole. Okay. This creature is here. This creature is very much, from the looks of it, aggressive with how it's kind of
and definitely not a normal natural creature.
Yeah, we kind of got that. Skill from empathy, but I do have my skill, my talent of loyal, so you get a +2 on fear tests in the presence of someone I want to protect.
Yep. Yeah, because you would keep an eye on angles, and that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes, that will apply.
That would give me 6 die for this. In that case, so let me roll and see. Not a single 6.
Oh. And Carl?
What am I just rolling empathy?
Or logic, whichever depends which state of mind you're in, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it seems terrifying. So, empathy.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah, you can role play as you see fit. The other two, you have the choice of freeze, flee, faint, or attack.
I mean, already fleeing, so.
Okay, you're just bolting back to the
Yep.
chateau. It's going to take you a while, but yeah, you're just...
Well, out of the cave, so I primarily want to see if it stops when it hits the...
But you're not stopping to see if it stops because you're fleeing. So you're hanging on to your thing and you're keeping going. You're looking back, but keeping going.
I think then I'll freeze outside the cave.
Okay.
And that might even look like not just like freezing stock still, but like stopping at the mouth of the cave and taking out my Bible and holding it up and being like,
okay, well, I was going to say I could just stand at the edge of the tree line going like, run! I see it.
I abjure you in the name of the Lord.
This is a much better scene.
Yeah. I think Alfred would also just freeze, like, I think like seeing it like way off in the distance, like, because we didn't really see its face, like after Angus didn't really see its face, that's only Carl really saw its face because he's the one that went deeper in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think looking at it from afar, Alfred was a bit unnerved, but just one of those, okay, we can do this. And now that Alfred, like, when he sees Angus coming out, like he sees like the creature, like just like darting like towards like the him as he's just outside the cave, and I think that just like spooks Alfred a bit, and Alfred just like freezes in place, just like, oh God, this is actually happening.
Okay, so it's only about 10 meters away from Carl and 5 meters away from Alfred and about 2 meters away from Engels, but it stops because it gets into the spinach and it goes like it's having real respiratory problems, and it's going and it's shaking its head trying to get the smell out of its face, and it backs up a bit and it's going yeah, really not enjoying. Obviously it's the Bible.
Yeah, I'll continue my vehement abjurations. Clearly it's working.
Carl breathes heavily, like goes, oh, thank God in heaven.
He is right here, my friend.
No, the spinach is right there. Come on, get away from the creature.
So if it's not coming out of the cave.
Yes, it's just sort of staring at you, and it's not far away. Its eyes are probably the size of your head. No, its eyes would be about the same size of a tennis ball, I would say.
Yeah,
because it's not that big, but it's kind of it's sort of glaring at you. First, it was like you were food, and now it's just hate. It's not happy at all.
I get you, buddy. Would this be an opportunity to use like vigilance or something to see if there's anything of note about it that we can see from it, like observing directly? Like, oh, it's missing a scale, or
yeah, all right. See how you roll. All right, let's roll.
This is vigilance.
Yes. Yep.
Great. I'm so good at that. I'm not. That's 4 dice again. But there's a 6.
It's not conveniently missing a scale near the heart or any of that bullshit. It is very much matches the the journal entries and the picture on the cauldron and all that. It's like, yeah, this is a creature. You didn't just stumble across another Vaesen.
Right. Bonus.
Angled cat, no. Okay. And then it goes back in the cave. Carl, what are you doing?
Come on, my friends. There is no. Our theory has been tested. We know where the creature is, but I would not tarry. Perhaps it is something the creature can overcome. And if not, then the spinach is here.
I mean, there are other creatures in the forest that will eat spinach.
Yeah.
Must to stop.
Maybe
lonely
one of us
elk.
should stay and keep watch.
I'm so happy that you volunteered, Father Geistark.
Bloody spinach is making me sneeze. All right.
Once we're out of here, I think I'm letting the other two know. I would like to take this trinket that I got out of the cave to the museum to let them know that there is more like this in there. This is a site of historical significance, and we're going to need some help.
I will point out, you'll know that will bring innocent people here, and they can't see it. They don't have the sight.
Oh, they can't see it. Well, then they can't.
Or they might just think, oh, it's just a big snake.
If this were a different game, that would be a bonus, but it's not.
I perhaps we
I
cannot.
will volunteer to sit here and watch while we figure stuff out.
If we can, you wait here. We will fetch more produce. Yeah.
It has gone dark, and it has started to snow.
In fact, bring plants. Maybe we can plant them outside the cave.
That won't work as a temporary solution, but anything could happen. Other animals could come and eat the produce. There could be a fire, like in a normal person that just is running about could just pick up this spinach, thinking they've just found something to bring back home, letting the creature out.
That's very true. It will give us a moment to think, though.
I feel like we should take this opportunity to just go back to the library and see if we can uncover to the library or the monastery and see if we can uncover any kind of ritual that could help us vanquish the creature.
Yeah. And if not, fire is a good idea, Alfred. The creature cannot escape the cave, then perhaps we can. Well, I know that such things often do not work the way we would hope they would do, but we the hunting party. I'm sure I could convince my soon-to-be brother-in-law of the need to smoke out the creature within its lair, even if they cannot see it, and protected by the spinach. Perhaps.
I wonder if it's the spinach itself, or if there's something about it, like if it's the iron in it, or the color of it, or something that is could be more permanently used to contain the creature.
What year are we in again?
1836.
1836. Okay, we probably know about iron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's like if it doesn't like green things, like that would be incredibly helpful, or whatever.
Heart, iron, blood, something there maybe. Not sure.
All right, Alfred, are you going back, or are you staying with Ingalls?
Alfred is probably going back. I think Alfred will just extend the offer that because he is the most physically fit, that maybe he should stay back and let Engels and Carl go back into town and study up or find ways to deal with the creature. Well, he just stays back and ensures nothing happens. But if Engels wants to be the one with the light of God by his side, then Alfred will not really contest it.
Yeah, I can leave my Bible with you if it helps.
You're going to have to light a fire, otherwise it's way too bloody cold out here in winter.
Carl is dubious about anyone staying behind, to be perfectly honest with you. Overnight, protected by spinach.
I'm also curious if there's another exit that might use, like if we hear of another attack while we're watching the entrance, we know there might be another way out or in.
Yeah. Oh no, obviously. Carl leaves, shaking his head at whoever stays behind. You won't see them until morning, right? Yeah. I am not going to sleep a minute with you out here. I swear.
Straight back to the buffet table.
Entirely. Straight back to that buffet table.
All right. So Ingalls was staying there. The other two are going back. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Is that a good point to have a break?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
5 minutes, all right? Or
Yeah.
Sounds good.
5? All right. Alrighty. So, Alfred and Carl heading back to the chateau. Just going to get something to eat, or are you going to, or Carl could go to the grave and try and speak with Dead again?
Speak with Fredericks again.
Yeah.
I
don't have to. It's just an option.
Yeah, I'm not sure to what end though. Now that we know what, we know that it killed him. We know that it comes back every year. Like back when we didn't know what it was, that would have been a big clue. But now that I feel like it would be disrespectful almost to just be like, "Oi, you weren't killed by something else, were you?" Just in case.
Fair enough. All right, so you go back to the chateau. Are you talking to anyone? Are you grabbing anything? What is Alfred and Carl up to?
Alfred is going to go to the library and see if he can find any information about the Tats development, any information about how to fight against it, how to dispel it, how to is there any rituals to just vanquish it from the realm?
Yeah, that's learning logic roll. Yep. Are you doing that as well? Or are you doing something else, Carl?
I think assisting with it. I think we want to, 2 minds are better than 1. I think I will briefly. No, I'll do that in the morning. I'll speak to Mona in the morning because no one in this household is going out tonight.
Yeah,
this works. We don't have to worry about it.
No, they had a funeral this afternoon. They're probably just having a quiet night in, I would expect. So, yep. So, learning plus logic. Anyone's checking out the library. Meanwhile, getting cold and windy out there. You'd have a small campfire going, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I think in that case it might be better for Carl to do it and for Arthur to assist because we do have a 4 with learning and logic, whereas I only have a 3.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I've just rolled and I rolled a 6 anyways. So.
Nice.
Um, yeah, there's some there's a tome in there about sort of people's like dietary stuff, and basically if you put some spinach in a heart, you can either get it to like shut down and hibernate, or just outright give it a heart attack and kill it. Depends how much of its system you want to overload.
I cannot believe that idea might work. Let us prepare it in the kitchen before we depart to the cave.
All right. Out by the cave, Father, God, what's his last name? Gingles. Gieslerg. That's it. Father Gieslerg's out there. Just roll vigilance, so it'll be 4 dice for you.
There's 1 6.
You can hear someone sort of cautiously approaching.
Hello, friend.
Didn't expect to find you out here, Father. It's Gustav, the guy you found wandering through the gully the other day.
Yeah. Gustav, what brings you out this evening?
I'm still trying to figure out what happened with Frederick. What beast is hunting people out here? Is it a bear? I haven't seen bear tracks or heard a bear, so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
We have we've determined the cause of it.
You found whatever creature this is? Or?
Yes.
Was it a bear or
is there what's the largest city nearby?
Munich.
A tiger has escaped from the Munich Zoo. Has
Possible, but yep, okay.
preying on these woods. Carl and Alfred are going to alert the authorities while I keep watch out here. We believe it is lurking in this cave.
Okay.
The fire keeps it away.
He's sort of edging a bit closer to you. Oh, that's very brave of you. You've dealt with tigers before, or?
I was on a mission for the church in India. Yes, I have.
I mean, you may have been. You may not even be lying at this point.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a tiger before.
Okay.
Does it look like he is like sidling closer to me in order to do me harm, or just being?
That would be observation, and I'll give you a bonus because it is a bit sassy in being out here. You can have an extra die.
Observation. That's 2.
So empathy.
4, that's 6.
Yeah,
and I'm getting a bonus. All right. That is 1 6.
Yeah. He there's definitely, he's obviously his tone is indicating he doesn't give a shit what you're saying, and he's got a rock in his hand.
Why do you wish to harm me?
And he said, look, it's nothing personal, but that's worth a lot of money. And he's pointing to the thing you took out of the caves.
Would you like it?
I would.
Take it.
All right, this one carefully takes it. Are you going to try and push him over or knock him out or anything? Or are you just letting him?
Nope.
You're just trying to avoid getting smacked in the head with a rock.
There are many more like that in the cave. I can keep watch out here while you go retrieve them. I don't have any interest.
you don't want a share or something? Or?
No, I have no interest in worldly matters like that.
Oh, it's very good of you, he says with a sort of condescending smirk. All right.
I'll let you know if anyone approaches from out here.
So, easy win. So, all right. Thank you, Father. God be with you. And he heads into the cave.
Bye, idiot.
Yes, the creature definitely notices him. I rolled 2 6s, so yeah. He gets about 10 minutes in the You hear the sound of someone getting torn to pieces.
Stoke the fire.
All righty.
Don't come at a man of God with a rock.
So, yeah, like an hour later, you've had some time to think about stuff. See, I was going to make rolls to see if the creature found another way out, but it's probably not going to bother now. It's got 2 hearts in 1 day, so it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can just keep luring people here. That's not going to be a problem for the village. That's one way to solve it.
Wow. All right.
Who do you want me to? Herr Geistlug.
So yeah, it's about 9 o'clock at night now. It's cold and snowing. It's not like pelting down snow, but it's a regular bit of snow coming down. It's cold, but I presume you would have brought some warmer clothes to come back out with.
Yeah, and a dry set of clothes for angles as well to change into.
Jolly good.
And good job that you said it was snowing. Otherwise, we might have had questions about what are these other footprints in the tracks. You know.
Okay.
So what did you learn?
I think, like the groups with Engel just asks, Father Geistlug, has anything changed since we've been gone? Is the creature still inside?
The beast has not emerged.
And that's good. Me and here Rector did a bit of investigating, and we've found that if we feed the creature some spinach, we could potentially either kill it or at least put it into hibernation.
I pray that it's still hungry.
I'm very happy that the night passed without incident, Herr Geistlug. You didn't see anything from the creature or nothing else?
Nothing from the creature, no.
Very fortunate. Well, pull open, the little bag of stuffed hearts, This does not work. I can only imagine, I don't know, perhaps butchering an animal and giving it very fresh, but this would have only been from the last few days. I hope it's fresh enough for... very fresh, well, that might be a problem.
When you go back to the chateau, the farmer had chatted to people there, and they sent some people out, had a quick look, and they discovered, they had taken hearts from the 2 cattle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just don't think that we would acquire and butcher an animal to then stuff it with spinach, out in the woods. So we probably
you already had some pig hearts anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm just contemplating whether or not, obviously it normally takes them fresh, right? So if that's a problem, then but, oh well, the spinach works out. Yeah.
If worst comes to worst, we could have one of us just pry I keep forgetting the name, the Tatsuvum's mouth open while the other one just shoves it down its throat.
Well,
it's like a toddler. You just cover it in chocolate and shove it in.
Well, I did have spinach and eggs this morning.
So if it eats you, it'll die.
Life insurance.
Okay. So, is someone going in the cave, or you're going in the cave? Wait till it's asleep and then sort of just put the food near it and back out cautiously.
That might be the best move. Or just chuck him in there.
Just leave them at the mouth of the cave,
Yeah.
and then step back and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw him in a little bit, and
Yeah.
Okay.
We do probably have to cross the spinach line, but not for very far, I would say.
Do you wish for me to toss them in here, Director? Back in my school days, I did have a pretty formidable throwing arm.
please do.
Be my guest, Alfred.
Yeah, okay, I'm not sure if this is going to be Edo or something, but Alfred is going to just attempt to just like hack the hearts into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing we wanna throw it deep enough where the creature is going to go for them, but not deep enough where we can't really see if it actually did go for it or not.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so would that be a order, or would it just happen?
No, you don't need to roll. It's just underarm sort of lob. But you sort of go in enough to say, hey, it's killed some creature. It's been splattered all over the walls. It's been torn apart. There's quite a bit of blood sprayed in the various places.
Fatted gaze, like, did something manage to get into the cave? I see a lot of blood that wasn't here the last time I was.
I guess the man that we met in the woods earlier attempted to murder me with a rock.
What happened?
He was avaricious and wanted the items we retrieved, so I let him have it and let him know there were more in there if he wanted them, and his greed did him in.
That is very biblical.
It's a deadly sin, greed.
Yes, indeed, a very deadly sin, it appears. It's not it's not the Lord who judges us all?
I believe he did.
Well, certainly an interesting interpretation of Christ's words, I would say.
There are. Have I told you about the Church Grim incident from my past?
I don't know. Have you?
I think if we're, if this is the thing that we're doing, I think it's probably come up at some point. And like, yeah,
yes, I suppose I'd always thought of that as a horrifying incident of
it was
senseless bloodshed.
And so was this, but I'm not one to go against the Lord's wishes.
Carl exchanges looks with Alfred.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
we're both slightly uncomfortable around that guy's leg now.
you lob the hearts in. You hear sort of slithering noise, and then there's sort of a munching sound, and there's a sort of a bit of a sneeze and a cough and sort of and then a big thud sound as something drops to the ground. That is all quiet in the cave.
How are we going to check whether it's dead or not, or whether it's asleep? Or...
We just go in and see.
Okay. There. I mean, all for one, right?
Yeah. It can't say that. It can't eat all of us.
This is why we are called here in the first place. To help with this issue. The least we can do is ensure that we've actually done it.
Okay. Yep, it's definitely asleep on the floor.
How much of Gustav do we step in?
It's all over the place.
I feel that we should stuff its mouth with spinach as well.
Hand you a handful of spinach from my pocket.
Yep, I will do so. Pry its big kitty mouth open and.
Yeah, the head's probably a meter across.
Yeah.
So a nice wide mouth could easily chomp someone in half with, but
gingerly put some as much spinach in there as I can.
Okay. You notice when you look at its pupils, it's like staring at the night sky, and every now and then there's like a comet goes through. However, there is a lot of scales, so you could make some mighty fine boots.
Now, because
sorry, go ahead, Tom.
I wanted to say like if normal people cannot see the Vaesen without the vision, then if we make boots out of scales, would people just not see anything?
It's not boots of invisibility, no. They would just think of it as it's a massive snake. So yeah, you just get snake skin boots out of it.
Not just like invisible boots. Not they make you invisible. Just that everyone thinks that you're.
They are invisible.
Yeah. The Emperor's clothes. Turns out they were just made of Vaesen skin. Yeah.
Oh, I will retrieve the one item that our friend took into the cave.
Yeah.
Just
you got it back.
I'm taking it to the museum. So
yeah, it's a bronze triquetra about 30 centimeters across.
Fantastic.
Dated 400 AD.
Does the creature appear to be dead after Angle stuffs the spinach in its mouth?
It's hard to tell. If it's not dead, it's super shut down, hibernating. Its pulse rate so low.
I think it would be a good idea still to perhaps your idea of planting the plants around the outside of the cave. Yeah,
agreed.
And no reason we could not sow this entire area with spinach.
Spinach forest. Yep.
Yes, of course. I mean, the creatures eat it, then what was lost but some spinach? I mean, will obviously not be tended to, but I am no farmer, but spinach is quite hardy, yes?
Yes, quite hardy.
Yep.
A thing that I just learned, half an hour ago.
Alrighty. So, yep. You've defeated the Vaesen or uncovered the Vaesen. Yeah,
and I will take that into town, into the museum, and let them know like there's plenty more artifacts there. If you want to go recover them, it should be safe now.
All right. Well, they thank you, and later they will send you the equivalent of $200, which is like 20 grand.
Nice.
In today's money, sort of thing. Just because there's so much stuff there from different ages. But yeah, so over the next month, there'll be some checks coming in. Just always nice.
Is money a thing we keep track of in this game, or is
nah?
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, we just forget paying for anything the rest of the series. Basically, you just got to a day, like 2 days after the funeral, is the wedding, where what's his face? Carl was asked to be a groomsman on account of Frederick not being able to do that.
And
the man what happened to Gustav. I mean, going missing in the winter, terrible look. Yes. Yeah.
Was he part of the wedding party?
No, he's a visiting relative.
Just some rando. Yeah, tragic.
Yes.
You don't tell the museum about the rest of the find in the cave, though, right?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, good. I was like, wow, that seems like a bad idea.
just mark the date next time the comet rolls around, and Maybe stop whatever you're doing then.
How long was it between comets again?
Yeah, it's 76, I think.
76 years.
26. So we will all be dead by then.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, so 1911.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, there wasn't much happening in Europe then.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a problem for some Call of Cthulhu investigators.
All right. So yeah, the wedding. Yep.
Yeah, I attend as a groomsman. I tell Mona, in the days between, that she should not worry, that everything has been taken care of. However, I am going to make a request of you and your husband. Consider it. It will seem very strange, but we must plant spinach in this location. Do not ask me why. It is simply a thing that we must do. And
it's funny you say that. Some of the servants said they found spinach planted all around the chateau, and it's like we didn't ask for that to happen, but
it is a local folklore. Bring good luck on a wedding day. Yes, and for the rest of your life. In fact, I would say that spinach is a fine vegetable to grow here on the grounds.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, she'll call like the head person that looks over the house and say, "Look, we need to plant this spring and autumn." And yeah,
in Munchen, it is the health food of all the fashionable.
Good. Oh,
yes.
And she thanks you again for coming. And yeah, it's
I did tell that guy there was a tiger in the cave. Okay, just going over it again.
He a tiger in the cave.
He didn't believe you. He thought you were just you wanted the stuff himself, and then he didn't think, well, hang on, if this guy doesn't want the stuff.
Yeah, you did say that tiger had escaped from Munich Zoo, didn't you?
Yeah, he just thought that was bullshit. So he's like, he just doesn't want me to get, he's hiding something else.
I'm absolved of responsibility there. Yeah,
I mean. Yeah, I also don't think that Carl is comforted by that. Because you were pretty the guy deserved to die. God's will kind of thing. Yeah.
He brought it upon himself.
Okay. So, you all would head back to Munich, get the train back down to Munich, where your headquarters are.
Yeah.
All right. So we can do awarding XP. Did you participate in a session? Yes. Did you confront any Vaesen? Yes, you did. Yeah. Did you identify previously the unknown Vaesen? Yes, it was unknown to you lot, so yep. Were you affected by your dark secret? I don't know. That's a personal question. All right.
I would say that I was because of the murder.
All right, we'll come back to that one. Did you take risks to protect other people? Yes. You were willing to hang around the cave and go into the cave and shit, which, did you learn anything? Yeah, you learned about, types of worms and how vegetables can affect them and all sorts of shit like that. Did you develop something in your headquarters? No. Did you perform an extraordinary action? No. So
I will.
I ran away from a Vaesen in there. That's.
I would say Geislug did do an extraordinary action.
Yeah.
Okay, so base of 5, you get an extra 1 if you did extraordinary action, and an extra 1 if you get affected by your dark secret.
Yeah, I don't think my dark secret came into play this session. I think that maybe Geislugs might have done slightly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if Alfred's might have done to some degree about murdering someone, maybe like something that was brought up by Herr Geislug, essentially manslaughter at really an distance, right?
Negligence at best.
Yeah.
I don't think it would count because it would be more of a, okay, this happened, but it didn't affect after any actions that Alfred took afterwards.
Yeah.
If something happened afterwards that kind of brought back memories or something for Alfred and starting play, then I would be I guess that counts, but it didn't. So I'm just gonna say for the moment that I wouldn't count that for myself.
Okay.
So 5 more XP?
Yep. I think that's all you need for a advancement anyway, but
And we didn't get XP last session, right?
No. Okay, yeah. So you can get a new talent for 5 XP, or you can put a skill up by 1.
Can we do skills that we don't have already?
Yes.
Okay.
Typically, you describe who's training you in this skill. It might be another character, it might be an NPC or something.
Or an attribute, I guess. Yeah.
Where is?
How many skill points was that? 1.
Yeah, 1. It goes up 1.
But a new talent. New talent could be interesting. It seems like it would be more interesting than a new skill.
Yeah.
Does anyone have the talents?
I have the book.
Yeah, I have the book, but I don't have like any like separate.
I've got a
PDF.
list here somewhere. There we go. Shit.
The only thing that should be noted is that each class archetype has 3 talents. You get 1 talent automatically because of creation. So there are 2 archetype-specific talents you could take. But then there's also a list of general talents that anyone can take.
Yeah. So those are the ones I just shared in the chat.
Could you set that to the sharing permissions, please, Blake?
Yep, so that's in the private chat, and then
when I return to the society, I forget the name of the place that we live in.
yeah.
But I will begin writing up the lore of the Tasselworm.
Okay.
How to add it to the Library of Vaesen within this place and how it may be, and I will prepare letters to be sent to whoever I might know across Germany, and perhaps even beyond. About here is an update from on
The Munich chapter house. Yep.
Yeah.
There's another one in Castle where the brothers Grimm live, and they can distribute it from there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that one.
Could you change the permissions on the drive link, please, Blake?
Okay. Yeah, that one. Go back. Why is it not? Yeah, why is it not doing that? All right, try again.
There we go. Perfect.
Right, cool. All right.
Ooh, holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
By Vaesen with the power of the Lord. Nice.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
So if we had tried to fight that thing, what would that have looked like? Is that something that is possible, or we would just get murdered?
Yeah. It very likely would have kicked the shit out of you because most of the stuff you have doesn't harm it. Regular weapons do nothing. You can narrate it that it wounds it and then they regenerate quite back, but the end result being it doesn't really harm it. So, yeah. Well, you can also narrate it that it flees and comes back, but it ain't dead and it's pissed off now.
I'm not sure if characters would know this or if this is how you wanna run the game, Blake, but I know that in the rule book, Vaesen kind of says that the Vaesen cannot be killed. That if you quote kill it, all you're doing is kind of like slowing it down for a bit and just more or less pissing it off if it really wasn't. So it's one of those. That's one part of the rules where it kind of like really like decentivizes violence. Like you can fight
Yeah.
the creatures if need be, but it very much puts the emphasis on you cannot kill these things. You need to find out like the weaknesses through like rituals and stuff, and then employ that. Like that put a emphasis on just investigate to figure out how to actually vanquish it.
Yeah, I do see fighting more as like a stop it from eating you immediately.
Yeah.
As opposed to a kill it. Yeah.
Yeah. In the game that I play, Vaesen, I had to take on 4 dudes. And in one round, I went from, I'm going to use one of these guys as a shield and to fight off the other ones. I didn't even get to do that. I went straight to, I have to flee before I die. It is not, Marvel Daredevil taking on a bunch of guys. It's like, no, you get your ass kicked.
I mean, much like Call of Cthulhu, but sometimes you roll high and they roll low, and that's what you go for, right?
Yeah. But not Cthulhu Dark, where you just die straight up.
Yes. Yeah. I might take. I'm torn between contacts. One possession, you can decide that you already know a certain NPC, and your relationship is a positive one. I kind of got that for free this session, which was good. But I think the one that I have to take is Sixth Sense. When making investigation tests, you may spend extra successes to learn if a Vaesen has been in the area, more or less vague impressions of what kind of Vaesen is, and find out if magic has been used. Because I think that ties in with being the occultist, right? Like, having a Sixth Sense.
Nice.
I think for me, I'm gonna take the servant talent robust. So once per session, I can ignore penalties for physical conditions. And a single dollar.
There is castle points, but you guys don't get a huge amount of them. Like, did you play at least one scene at headquarters right at the beginning, kind of? Did you encounter a new type of Vaesen? Yes. Did you visit a place of magic? No. Were you subjected to magic? No. Did you bring occult books or other important items back to headquarters? Yeah, we could argue you brought some of that stuff back. Did you make important contacts? Yes.
Yeah.
Because you chatted with some soldiers, you chatted with some nobility and stuff. Was the mystery particularly difficult and epic? I wouldn't say so. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't.
Piece of cake.
Did you solve the mystery? Yes. So you would have got 5 points for like castle development, and you can spend that to upgrade things in the castle.
Oh.
If you go to the headquarters thing tab, there should be a link there that gives you a list. There's a huge list. This is just a general sort of early stuff, and then there's other ones that rely on these two as prerequisites.
They're not shared with us either, I don't think.
God damn it. Where is it? Headquarters. What's it actually called? Headquarters Vaesen. Okay, so come on. And right, that should be working. Yeah, so you can choose one upgrade. You've already got library for the headquarters, so you can just pick one of the other ones, and then but over time you can really do up your base and have like an occultist summoning area, and have a dungeon to keep prisoner creatures and all sorts of shit.
How much do we have? 5.
Yeah, so you can have one upgrade basically.
Yeah, well, some of them are 6 as well.
Butterfly houses too.
Well, I was looking at chapel.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, a seance.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Or a seance parlor.
That's pretty great, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, we can get a chapel for free, it looks like.
Oh, right, yeah, because you got a priest in the group.
Yeah.
But does it not still have a cost?
Oh, no, there's a cost 6, sorry. Yeah. That's a prerequisite, not the cost.
But you can always say you're starting to set that up, and then as soon as you get an
Right.
extra point, bang, finish it off, sort of thing.
I like the seance parlor. I think that's really
Yeah, I was trying not to be like give
No.
the racism a
Get
fair
it.
chance, you know.
yeah. I'm going to take the skill blessing. Once per session, I can bless an object or another player character. That character or anyone using the object gains the blessed advantage, adding +2 to a test of their choice. Expires when the mystery is over. Upon use. Or when the mystery is over. So I can give someone a +2 bonus once.
And if there is a Vaesen that is considered demonic and has demonic sort of lore tied into it, then that will, you can bless up, make a weapon holy or whatever.
Oh, nice, cool.
Most of them aren't, but I'm not saying
You
none
never
of
know.
them are, because there definitely are some. There's too much Christian law in this area for there not to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay with the sounds parlor, Dom?
Yeah, I think that could be like interesting. Kind of just like looking over what options, and I think that's the sense part is one that stands out the most at the moment. We can slowly gather up the others over time.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Yeah. So you're just chilling out at home for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
and
I cannot wait for. I'm so glad that we are able to remodel the left wing room on the back. The energy there is perfect. The issues I had with Frederick, I'm sure, contacting through the veil to him, I'm sure that such things will be a thing of the past with this parlor. Very, everything's got to be in its right place, right? It's all going to be aligned with the spirit world.
Ley lines and whatnot.
Yeah. Angelic script under the floorboards and stuff like that.
Seeing how peculiar this room is, here, director, do you wish for me to clean this room as I do the other parts of the Sudhaven, or should I refrain from it?
Please refrain, young Alfred. The smallest chalk mark here, the slightest bit of dust in the wrong place. I must be aware of where everything is at all times.
In that case, I will provide you with a journal so you can meticulously write down all the details.
Yeah. Very smart, Herr Hoffman. Very smart. Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't expect that we would level up because I just assumed we would die horribly before it happened. Yeah.
No, you guys played it smart, so that's all fine. Yeah.
I think we just got lucky that we found the creature while it was just basically in a corner. I doubt we'll be so lucky next time.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to start the next mystery, or you want to leave it there? And
I'm
We can
happy.
leave it there and start the next one next time. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Callum's going to join us. I think Callum's intending to join us for the next session. So,
that's all right. I'm sure to listen. Anything else? There'll be a couple of weeks between mysteries. Is there anything else your characters want to do around the chateau, around the manor?
I can't think of anything.
No, can't think of anything now. I think other than my correspondence I've already outlined.
Yep. All right, so you've had a few weeks off. If one of you wants to say, hey, I did blah, blah, blah in the holidays, fine. That's fine. You would have easily had time. There's another thing I found. You've each got a memento, and you can use it to get rid of a condition. Like it might be, you get, bitten on the leg or something, and you think it's broken, but then you pull your memento out and have a deep and meaningful. This is why I'm so glad this isn't broken. This is special to me. And you get rid of a condition. So the leg's not a break; it's just a sprain. I can hobble back to town. It's just kind of an excuse for more role playing, but it gets rid of a condition, so you can use that as well. I think they realized how nasty some of the combat was and thought we need a bunch of ways to get rid of conditions. But that's all right. All right. Yeah, so you finished the mystery. You've sort of got a bit of an advancement and fleshed out your home manor. Any stars and wishes thoughts so far?
No, that's fun. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. My big star is for having potatoes in your pockets, Tom. Hiding spinach around everywhere, and of course, a huge star to the ice coldness of iceberg. I love it. The occultist is watching his back around the priest.
I mean, that guy rocked up twice, and it seemed a bit sus both times. So it's like,
maybe he chose his own face.
I know. I mean, it's a thing that Carl might have done, but I think he's still shot with a priest. A man as pierced as Herr Geisler. I think wishes-wise, I obviously would like to actually succeed at a seance roll at some point. And other wishes would be maybe like urban Vaesen, like Vaesen among people.
Yes. I can't guarantee that the next mission, but the two after that, yes.
Yeah, generally, I guess, like a different kind of Vaesen ultimately. One that's not like, because he's like a kind of monster in the woods, but they obviously come in like all kinds of different forms. Right?
Yeah. You want something to talk to.
Yeah, something that we could talk to would probably be the easiest way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I guess my stats would be also just the whole scene with Engels and Gustav. Was completely not expecting that. I thought the whole drama of watching like some teams being torn apart by Vaesen would probably like dissuade Engels from basically doing the same, but I guess not. And I'm a bit afraid of just like leaving Engels alone with like quote unquote civilians around.
I was rolling to see if the creature could find a way out, because it would have been another way, but I just rolled shit twice in a row, and I thought, all right, he's got a bit of time there before he's going to have to flee for his life. Initially, I was going to have Gustav search through your rooms and stuff, but I was like, no, this is much more fun. He's on his own. He's going to come out and have a chat.
Yeah, and that's to you, Blake, for facilitating and just like having us this fun little mystery to solve. It wasn't anything too complex, but I think that's pretty good. Like when you begin like any kind of investigation game, the first one should be kind of like simple, straightforward, just to get the feel down. It shouldn't take too long.
I did do a bit of research into Tatzelworms, and like every legend is quite different. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have to look for something here, because some of them were like basilisks, some of them were like dragons. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, pick a poison. And enjoyed seeing just Carl doing his, I guess, normal business and seeing how that.
I mean, I can't believe that stuffing spinach into a heart turned out to be the answer.
Yeah, no, that worked out great.
Yeah. And I guess vicious wise, I vicious wise, I do not see like the variety, because I know, as mentioned before, that there a big variety of Vaesen, from the analytical ones to a lot more intellectual ones, a lot more crafty ones. So you want to see like the range we can like get and how we deal with that. And one thing I do also want to like maybe see if we can like get rolling is, I know that at least like when I've read like the official rulebook last time and can like perused a few like scenarios that how Freely does it is they usually structure like a plot, B plot, in terms of A plot being the Vaesen and the B plot being something that the people in the area are doing, which may or may not have anything related to the Vaesen, but it's something that opens up a room for potential role play and mysteries. I think
there's a point. Like when your characters go back to the manor, if you looked at the map, you would have gone, "Oh, okay, the fox hunt. This Tatzelworm was killing creatures and farms and that, and then the fox hunt kind of drew it closer to town." And that's why.
And I'm not suggesting that you didn't actually that with kind of like the whole wedding reception and the hunt, but I think I also kind of like want to see also just continuing with that, where we have that also human element, where we have like the Vaesen mystery, but we also have this human element, which may or may not play into the mystery at all, but it's something that allows us to do stuff, because I feel like Vaesen is one of those games where it's easy to just go into the flow of, okay, let's just focus on the mystery aspect of the Vaesen and kind of ignore the human element. And that could have its appeal, but I also like the whole idea of, hey, there's always like two factors at play. And,
or even just having the human stuff like
kind
of mirror it thematically. Even if it's not like a mystery part. It's just like, oh,
and there's definitely some of that in the next 3. So that's cool.
Because I feel like a lot of, at least like the dark secrets, might play out more in kind of like the human B plots than actual A Vaesen plots, because I feel like those are much more geared towards like motivation and drama, at least like in my opinion. I feel like Dark Secrets more plays more into the B plot, and the motivation and drama plays more into the A plot.
No worries. I've added that because I've already written the sort of 6 mysteries, but and then I can just tweak stuff based on your feedback and your dark secrets and your trauma and stuff. So that's cool. Yep, easy enough.
I guess the only thing I have to figure out for myself is who did I actually murder, because I have no ideas yet. Need to figure that out.
How clean did you get away